Okay, guys, I'm gonna try something a bit different for once. Something I actually wanted to do a while ago, but I haven't had the nerve to do it. So, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna try doing anime reviews. It's gonna be mostly me talking about different animes I've watched and experienced, and how they've blown my mind. I'm going to start with the first one that I actually watched recently, known as Deadman Wonderland. Real fast, if you don't want to get spoiled for what I'm about to say in any of this, please don't watch this video and go watch the series. But with further ado, let's go ahead. Alright, Deadman Wonderland. Some of you might have known Toonami is back on Cartoon Network, but it's airing on Adult Swim Saturday nights between midnight to 6 in the morning. One of the first shows that premiered on the new Toonami was Deadman Wonderland. Came on at 12:30. You know, at first with Toonami, I was so used to the old stuff like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Reboot, you know, the stuff that came on between 1997 to 2008. And, you know, but I figured, nah, it's Toonami, I should give it a chance. At first, I saw some shows on there, like Bleach, and there was also Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I'm actually now watching. And they had Cowboy Bebop, which, you know, Cowboy Bebop's been on there since Adult Swim was pretty much started. And I've actually finished that. I may do a review on Cowboy Bebop soon. But the one show that triggered that I really liked, which would have been Deadman Wonderland. And watching the first episode that night, I was surprised. You know, I wasn't a big fan of the new kind of art style animation, but you know, I discovered Funimation was behind this, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I'm sitting there and watching, and all this action and blood and all this. I was like, holy shit. So, pretty much after watching the first episode of Deadman Wonderland, I just had I couldn't wait for the next episode to premiere. And I actually discovered this was a brand new anime that aired on TV as well. Because it's like you couldn't find these episodes online. Like, after they aired on Adult Swim or on Toonami, that episode would like be put on like random anime online sites, and you know, so you pretty much had to wait a week either way. But then, you know, I did some looked up some information on it, and I discovered this anime wasn't very long. It was about 12 episodes, in fact. But, you know, figured keep on going. And each week came, and each episode the story just got better and better and better. And I was just amazed. And I just words, man, just words. So, pretty much what Deadman Wonderland is, it starts off with this boy named Ganta. And, you know, he's just a normal 14-year-old boy, just, you know, going to school and seeing his friends. You know, one day he's in class talking to his friends. You know, and they're actually talking about Deadman Wonderland, and that's where you find out Deadman Wonderland it's an amusement park, but it's not just an amusement park. It's also a prison for inmates, and but they cross over both of these, the prison and the amusement park, and make these inmates go through torture, but the audience thinks this is just an act. So, but anyways, they're in class, and then right about to start their study, when this man in red is like floating at their floor of the school, and this guy gets up, and out of nowhere, by the time he says, when he says something, this guy in red just does this sonic boom wave and breaks for the classroom, and it kills like all these students. There are like 14. Take the teacher as well, but the only one who lives is Ganta, and Ganta like awakens to see like his one friend's like head just rolls over to him, or his other friend's hand just laying there, and he's like freaking out. And then the guy in red shows up again and puts like this random red thing into his chest, and then pretty much he ends up going in to fucking court, yeah, pretty much the court. And there's this guy named, I believe his name is Tamaki, yeah, Tamaki. And he tells Ganta that that everything will be okay, because he'll be his lawyer in the case. And but Ganta goes to the court, and all these parents are pissed off because there's a leaked video where it says Ganta killed every classmate in that classroom. And Ganta's like freaking out because he knows he didn't do that. Why would he kill his own friends? And so he ends up losing the court case, and he ends up going to Deadman Wonderland. And that's when you discover that the lawyer known as Tamaki is actually the mastermind behind Deadman Wonderland. And when Ganta gets there, he ends up after being there, he ends up meeting this girl named Shiro, who was actually he doesn't remember her at first, but she was actually a childhood friend of his. But they end up becoming friends. But other crazy shit happens. Like, he ends up getting this thing, which I believe is what the red thing the guy in red put in his chest, which is called the branch of sin, which is in your blood. So pretty much, if you're like, say for instance, if you're like bleeding, you can use that blood as your weapon. And his is like, I guess, a gun, or multiple guns coming from his finger. I don't know. He just shoots blood, and it triggers like bullets. But throughout being in Deadman Wonderland, he first he's like trying to figure out who the man in red was, and after trying to figure some people, he ends up meeting these other people who end up becoming his friends, and then eventually they get to a point where he meets a group of people, and they're going to try to break out of Deadman Wonderland, and eventually he ends up like Ganta defeats like the higher ups, and some people do make it out of Deadman Wonderland, but at the end, if you get like the DVD box, it comes with the 12 episodes, and it also comes with a short, about short 40-minute film, and it talks about not Ganta but one of the characters, like I think 5 years, maybe 2 years before Deadman Wonderland was built, and this guy he already had the branch of sin in him, and how he was like a cop. and all this. But something else I like is like when each episode is over, it shows the credits, and it shows pictures on the side of the credits of the different characters, like the different important people, like what their lives were like before Deadman Wonderland. But for a new series, I was surprised. Deadman Wonderland would probably actually have to be fucking up there, up to probably my top 5 of the greatest animes I've ever seen. I would recommend it to anybody who's a big fan of anime, who likes Funimation style. I believe there's a manga out there for anyone who's interested. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure if I ever get my hands on it, I'll look into it, and I may end up doing manga reviews as well. Let's see. Other than that, like I said, just give it a shot. But that's pretty much Deadman Wonderland. If this video turns out good, I'll probably do some other anime reviews on shows I've been watching on Toonami, or stuff I've seen in the past. You know, do something old like Dragon Ball Z or Yu Yu Hakusho or GTO, something like that. But till then, let me know what you guys think of this anime, or other animes you'd like to see reviewed, or pretty much given my opinions. I'll talk to you all later.